Teenagers of Reddit, what is the biggest current problem you are facing? Adults of Reddit, why is that problem not a big deal? I'm 29, so not a teen, but I want to add perspective. When something bad happens to you when you are young, it is probably one of the worst things that has ever happened to you. When we get older we gain perspective through experience. I'm 29. I have been divorced, stabbed, lost a parent, and many other things. A breakup still hurts, but I know life goes on. To the teens out there, the people in your life really do love you. You're loved and worth loving. Life is an adventure. Sometimes you strike gold, sometimes you strike out. But nothing is worse than getting old and not having any stories. Judging by the current generation of 25-26-year-olds, it seems like going to college is completely pointless, and a future with my own nice house and own family and nice job seems completely unrealistic. I don't really have friends, I just have people I socialize with, I guess. Key to making friends: treat the people that you want to hang out with like they are already your friends. Ask what they want to do later. Invite them out. Stuff like that. Good luck. Edit. Wow, this really blew up. Glad I could share some of my wisdom. Thought I'd mention that I'm speaking from experience here, in that I used to be the person who only socialized with others. Just put yourself out there and I guarantee you will not end up worse than you were before. Edit 2. Thank you for the gold. Worrying that I'll never accomplish what I want in life. If that happens, you'll join a f***ing massive club of people that didn't accomplish everything they wanted out of life. It's probably the largest club in the world. Set your expectations low and your dreams high, and then you'll have a much better chance. Edit. Just because you have low expectations doesn't mean you don't strive like hell to achieve your goals and dreams. Edit 2. http www.sbs.com or news article 2014-08-05 Key happiness really low expectations according scientists. I just graduated from college and got a decent job with my business degree. But my problem is, I hate every aspect of 9-5 jobs. But financial security is such a luxury that so many people can't afford that I feel obligated to stay in this job that I hate. It's basically like I went to school for 12 years, which I hated, so I could get this job that takes up most of my week, which I also hate, so that I can hopefully save enough money to retire and be happy when I'm 60. Oh, and also, while you're working a miserable 9-5 job, try and be positive enough to find a wife and have a few kids. What the FCK is this dream? I'm just saying. It's not all it's cracked up to be. Picking colleges. So many factors determine where to go. Money, friends, parents, closeness to home, education. Whoa. The adults of Reddit actually brought forth good advice. And were super cool. The group of people I've enjoyed hanging out with for the past few years is slowly falling apart. I'm too anxious around new people to make new friends, so I'm stuck desperately trying to hold my friend group together or be alone. People grow apart. It's a fact of life. A shitty fact, but a fact nonetheless. Don't let go entirely, but keep your options open and never stop looking for new friends. You never know who you might meet. The internet is actually a really good place to meet new people. Find something you enjoy, then find a community who meet in person near you. I'm big into gaming, so I started going to LANs. Couple of years later, some people I met at the train station before even arriving at the event are some of my closest friends, and there are many more from the event itself. If gaming doesn't interest you, the beautiful thing about the internet is that there's a community for literally anything. You've just got to hunt it down. Good luck. Loneliness. I had a decent social life a while ago. Talked to a person regularly and went outside every now and then. Well, I got tired of talking to that one person, so I put myself in a black hole and forgot people existed. Last time I actually hung out with a friend was in April. I talked to no one and just sit at home on Reddit all day. Fuck. Also, understanding how life works and how shitty of a place it is. I don't want to grow up, I'd rather sit at home all day on Reddit. Most kids my age don't think about the future and life all that often. I can't get it out of my mind. Edit. This thread blew up too fast. I'm trying to respond to all the messages but there's so many lol. Thanks for all the support and advice guys. I really appreciate it. Edit 2. I gotta go for now guys. But I'll get back on later and answer more messages. Thanks once again. Edit 3. Holy shit. Gold, thanks you so much kinda stranger. I did not expect this kind of reaction at all, you guys really blew my mind. I'm not sure whether my friends like me. Edit. Wow, did not expect this to blow up this much. Thank you to all the support, this has been very helpful and made a shitty day really fantastic. Also thanks to everyone who corrected my spelling. As a teenager I need to learn these things. And again thank you. You should ask a meteorologist. Or an English teacher. Or his friends. My parents are neo-Nazis and my boyfriend isn't white. Like 2ish weeks ago my parents left on business and left some more radical family members to babysit me and my brother. I don't feel safe around them so I ran away and I've been living with my boyfriend's family for the past 2 weeks now. My parents get back soon. And I'll need to confront them. I want to keep my relationship with my boyfriend. And I don't want to enrage my parents to the point where I get kicked out when I'm 18. Help? Get help. The end. Call someone, police, social services, etc. Also never run away, call people. Source. Ran away many times from age 13-17. Edit. Spelling. There are no jobs. I can't even find work, a fast food joint. I never understand this. I can't drive down the road without passing a gas station or fast food place with now hiring on its sign. Where do you live where there are literally no jobs? Life as a college freshman with depression. The best thing about college is that there are likely many resources at your disposal to use. Most colleges have free counseling. I highly recommend that you use this service. It can be very helpful for teaching coping mechanisms and also just a way for someone to keep you on track. So, even if you do nothing else today, look up the counseling department at your school and call them to set up an appointment. It's the time of your life when you actually have those services without having to worry about paying for them. Till that, a lot of teenagers on Reddit have problems that do matter. Whether I should go to college or not and what course to choose. I don't know what I want. Plus, I utterly hate school. Edit. Thanks for your thoughts and advice guys. My views on college are getting a lot better now. Thanks. Edit 3. So this blew up. Again. All of you guys are awesome and I assure you I've read all you wrote and I'll surely use them all. I don't really wanna reply to all of you cause of laziness sleepiness. But I can at least upvote. Thanks guys. Currently a college freshman. Summer fling with a current high school junior now 5 hours away turned into both of us falling in love and thinking we are perfect for each other. It's been 2 months since I've moved in and we've been good at communicating and staying in touch. We haven't fought at all yet and both want to make it work. It seems like it's working out but I'm worried we are just love-struck naive teenagers and it will all come crashing down eventually. It'd be a poor life if you didn't experience things crashing down at least once. Don't worry and face what comes when if it comes. My first 3 boyfriends ended up being batshit insane, stalker, abusive, cheated on me then said it was my fault, and my 4th left me for a much older woman who's cheated on every boyfriend she has had in the last 9 years. I now have trust issues and anxiety over never being good enough. 3. Your worth comes from within. Don't let other people decide it for you. This needs to be turned into some sort of subreddit. Edit. I get it. It already is. College apps. Choosing colleges is easy. The apps and entire process is shit. Not to mention that the SAT is changing next year, too late for me to take. Edit. To anyone else also suffering from a similar situation, read many of the replies to my comment. They are informative and useful. Being made to eat foods we didn't like but now find is actually good for you. Your palate grows wider as you age, I find. The key is to taste a food as it is, rather than what you think it should be. Not really normal teenage issues, but depression, anxiety, and stuff. And the death of my boyfriend. I wasn't ready for that kind of thing to happen. I thought breakups were bad. But now breakups don't compare. Edit. A little more info. I've just started therapy with an individual therapist last week. Also, I don't have many people to talk to about the death to since it's kinda a complex situation. Since it was a suicide and other reasons. I'm also reading everyone's messages. Thank you for all the kind words, suggestions, and support. It really means a lot to me. With a serious tag. This could be an interesting question. I am 32. Here are some things I wish I had known when I was a teenager. There is not one right person for you. There are many right people in the world for you. If you lose love, you will find it again and it will be different and better in many ways. You don't have to have a life plan in your early 20s. Life will throw you so many curveballs in your mid to late 20s that you might not even have the same values or interests in 10 years that you do now. Enjoy this part of your journey instead of thinking your life has been blown off course. Roll with the punches. Despite what society and your parents tell you, there are no deadlines in the course of life. You can start a new path or change your mind whenever you want. You can wait to start college. You can wait to get married. You can wait to date. You'll have many chances later. You can get divorced and start over. You can be a single mom and start a new career path. No rules. I'm afraid of how I will spend the rest of my life and with who I will spend this life. I fear the one person I feel right with in this world won't want to be with me. And I'm afraid to say anything because of what would be lost if I did. I'm not even sure my major is right for me because I don't understand half of it. Even though I know exactly what it is in life I want to be doing. Does computer science really need a college degree to excel at? Why am I having my parents pay $50,000 plus every 6 months for something I might be able to teach myself for free? I really like how a lot of the adults in this post are offering solutions to the problems the teenagers are presenting, instead of shutting them down and invalidating what they're feeling. Which is what I thought the post title suggested. Very cool. Teenagers with problems that are probably a lot more serious than OP was expecting. OP. This was a good idea. I've been bulimic for 6 years. And my mother refuses to get me any help. I've tried self-recovery, but failed. And my doctor told me my kidneys are beginning to fail. What are you looking to do? Is the help that you need financial? There are probably charities in your area that can help. Good luck. You can beat this and develop a healthy relationship with food. Till that most adults are actually pretty empathetic to teen problems and give great advice. It's the few heartless assholes that make us adults seem callous. I'm madly in love with one of my best friends. I'm a guy and she's a girl. Both 18. But I don't want to tell her in case I'll lose her as a friend. But it absolutely kills me inside when I even imagine her with another guy that isn't me. Please help. Tell her about it. Say the same thing you said here. That you value her friendship and don't want to lose that. If it makes you feel any better. People have a hard time talking about this in their adult lives as well. Just communicate the best you can. Holy shit. I'm 40 plus and these teenagers are depressing the hell out of me. I'd offer some wise advice for perspective but I'm too busy drinking alcohol legally in the middle of the day. Yeah. I'm redditing on my phone in between dancers performing at the strip club. It's bumming me out. My parents are yelling at me for trying and getting a 79 in the subject I have never been good in. They are and I am not trying enough. I stay after every Monday for extra help and they still yell. The minute you graduate college, grades stop mattering. Unfortunately. Until that point. They do matter. Have you asked about doing extra credit? Or talk to the teacher about any issues you're having? Sometimes just taking that kind of initiative can help boost your grade if you're on the border. I've been a Redditor for a little over 2 years and I think this is the most united and caring I have ever seen any Reddit post get to. I'm proud of the interwebs today. Close bracket. Seriously. So moved by all of this. I have to choose what I want to do for the rest of my life. Depressing that I am that privileged that I can choose. Stroke. I want to travel the world but I don't know how in the hell I'll ever be able to afford it. As a 21-year-old I feel like my biggest current problem is resenting my past and believing that I'm determined by how I was raised. It's a big old pity party that I'm trying to rid myself of. The fact of the matter is I don't think I'll graduate university because I feel unmotivated. And I feel unmotivated because I'm afraid to fail. A baby screams because every mildly unpleasant thing it goes through is brand new to it. The first time it's hungry. Or tired. These are undoubtedly awful things from its perspective. We expect a child of 2 years, however, to have learned to deal with them more constructively. A teenager will deal with various social issues for the first time. They're devastating. To a healthy, well-adjusted adult, they're not a big deal. It's important to allow for a healthy degree of understanding. As we were all there once. Without being overly coddling, to the point where the individual in question doesn't actually learn to deal with things themselves. As a teenager who has since graduated high school and went to college, I can say this: nearly all of my largest concerns and worries dissipated upon graduation. The shady friends. The constant worry of being cool or dressing to your peers' standards of acceptable. Or all of the crazy drama that comes with it being a high school teenager. It all leaves. I think we tend to think high school will last forever during those 4 years. We're bubbled. And we're forced to see the same people over and over. The people who are actually your friends you'll know in time. Everyone else tends to become irrelevant almost immediately after. Do you? 17-year-old here. My biggest worry right now is school. Taking tough classes is very stressful. And I feel like college is a huge scam where we are being promised better lives for a large amount of money. But in reality I probably won't get a job out of college. I'm debating whether or not to go honestly. It's just not worth it. I have met so many people with psych, my desired field if I go, degrees that work at gas stations. Or are painters. Like, why would I drive myself into debt like that? I'll be miserable my whole life. On my 30th birthday, I called my dad and told him I was having a hard time accepting how my life was going. My girlfriend of 4 years had recently broken up with me. I hated my job. And I felt like my life was completely off track. I asked him at what point all the bullshit stopped and he realized he was an adult. My father is legitimately the best man I've ever met in my life. Been married to my mom for 37 years. Owns his own successful business. Raised 3 kids that turned out pretty good. His response? Son. I'm 58 years old. I'll let you know when I feel like I've grown up. Hearing that helped me realize that pretty much nobody has life figured out. No matter how much it seems like they do. Not being able to land a job. Money. Acceptance into university. And being single till my 30s. Edit. I'm a 14-year-old kid from Canada. I'm a guy. And the job I have at the moment is washing dishes. And making stock at a hotel in downtown. My dream school is NYU, but yeah. UBC looks good right now. Most likely going to pursue an undergrad in computer science or electrical engineering. Really anything that gets me a job at Intel or AMD. Nvidia. Ect. Thanks for all the replies. Helps me to stay on track. Not me. My son says, look. I hate socializing. And you, Dad. Mom, force me into socializing. Face it. I don't like being near too many people at once. If you wanted me to be happy, you'd let me stay on the internet all day. Except for my walks and my time in the gym. Hard to disagree with him when I'm the same way though. You know what? Teenagers. What you're facing is a big deal. If it affects you emotionally, treat it as such. Just because we're adults doesn't mean we know everything. Hell, adults don't know anything. Really. So don't feel daunted. Don't feel like you mean anything. You're the only thing that really matters to you. So look after yourself. 3. No idea what I want to do for the rest of my life. Will my ass get any more hairy? Not giving a FCK is an art that takes many years to master. As you get older, I'm only in my early 20s, you begin to care less about what others think and begin to focus more on what you think. As I got older, I stopped caring what other people thought or said about me. I stopped feeling too shy or anxious to be assertive. And felt empowered in all aspects of life by not giving a FCK and putting myself first. I have to live life in a way that makes me happy. I am in control of my own happiness. No one else can take that away. Adult here, your attitude is something only you control and will have a huge impact on your life. Holy fuck. This is the thread I was looking for. 33,000 comments. Reddit. We are doing this one right. Reading this thread is oddly motivating. Pirate lawyer. To answer your question. Any kind of breakup. As a kid or a teenager or a young adult. A breakup is like the end of the world. But I'm here to tell you that as an adult, you get over breakups. There's more important shit to worry about and it will work itself out. I promise. Teens of Reddit. As an adult, one thing I have learned is that every single horrible experience or problem I had growing up made me into a better person to this day. I see absolutely no reason for any adult to tell you that your current situation is no big deal, as it absolutely is a big deal to you at this moment. If I can give you any advice at all, it is to embrace these challenges and ask yourself how they can mold you into a better human being for the future as opposed to resisting them. Good luck. I have a problem with the questions. Problems teenagers face are real problems. Most of the problems adults face aren't a big deal either. Shit's just hard to get through no matter what age you are. I just realized from thinking things over that I really don't have any problems worthy of submitting. So instead, I will resort to thanking OP for not only asking a brilliant question, but also, according to the edits, going about it very well. Kudos and upvotes to you. University. Chickle, I know. But after 12 plus years in the public school system, I just wanted to take a year off schooling. And perhaps rest my mental state a little or work part-time to make some money for myself. And then come back later. Parental pressure, however, changed that plan. And considering their cultural upbringing, they shot down the idea of taking a year off. Now I'm in second year on university. My marks are not too great. I'm continuing to lose my motivation. I'm starting to feel more anxious and depressed. And I am close to being suspended. I am honestly trying. But everything seems so fast and the social circle in school has really been cut off. I guess what they said in high school about that was true, haha. And the only thing that is keeping me going is a great online community on social media and an online game. And the notion of not letting my immigrant parents down after what they have done in this country. Am I should ban it thou? Can I see this? As Reddit has an extremely high UK user base, can I suggest you add the Childline and Samaritan's numbers into that OP? 19 years old, attending community college. Taking 2 classes a week. And work full time. The people there treat me like shitty because I have a shitty job. I was a prepper. Now I pick up trash and get yelled at for nothing. I make $10 an hour and need money for my classes. Have barely any time for socializing and alone time. I feel like I am making no progress in life. And see myself being homeless by the time I am 25. I love working on computers and have a natural talent with them. And I would love a job where I could assemble them. But I cannot find any close by. Houston. TX. It seems like all of this is nonsense, but I feel like writing this down actually made me a bit better. I'm a sophomore. Had sex for the first time. Now I'm freaking out about her getting pregnant and STDs. I got drunk at a party and it just happened. I knew I would regret it even while it was happening. I screwed up once and it might ruin my life. And it wasn't even fun. Now I just feel disgusting. The pizza for sale at my college tastes horrible. I won 2 months of free pizza from the place and I have to eat it since we ran out of Pop-Tarts.